Exploredinary is a creative agency. We specialize in storytelling.
We primarily do filmmaking, but we also do
photography,
murals,
bolo ties. So I'll start with filmmaking. You say photography because you're more of the photographer.
How am I going to look at your hand?
Filmmaking.
Photography.
Murals.
Woodcut sculptures.
Paper cut sculptures.
Drawings. And bolo ties. In general, they all have kind of a playful vibe to them, because even my drawings, I kind of give them a loose line and it feels almost like I drew them as a child. And then our filmmaking, we always want to add a bit of playfulness to it. One of our favorite directors is Wes Anderson, so we love his childlike aesthetic, but our budget is usually much smaller, so we'll do stuff like paper cut stop motion or just add very whimsical elements to the stories. We do always have some form of camera on us. That's usually the biggest decision of my day, is which one I'm going to leave the house with, because there's so many formats. You know, I have to decide, do I want to commit whatever I randomly see to film? Sometimes it's a Polaroid if I want it to be a more nostalgic vibe.
Usually the biggest question is, will it be digital or film? When it comes to shooting, Daniel is a maximalist and I'm more of a minimalist.
When we travel, we both will find our own vantage point and maybe even kind of drift apart our own separate ways, investigate on our own, and then kind of reconvene and share with each other what we got. I'll give Sarah the longer lens to focus on more detail-oriented stuff, and I'll be a little bit wider on the camera and capture more of the whole scene. And that's kind of a metaphor for everything that we do. She's very detail-oriented, and I'm kind of like taking it all in.
Regardless of what camera we take out that day, it's always a conversation starter. Inevitably, somebody will say, "Oh, I've never seen a camera like that. What is that?" Especially if it's older looking. And it allows us to share what we do and kind of talk about analog film photography that is somewhat of a dying art form, but it gives us the platform to kind of share what that is and why we do it.
One thing that we really started doing that was unique is I would sketch things around me or things from my childhood, and I call these my Driensky drawings.
I saw something really special in them. I felt like there could be another element to it. I do have a background in architecture, and I was proficient in using all the programs and the tools and materials like the CNC mill, and essentially printed out his drawings. We found ways to make them appear to still be two-dimensional, but they're actually three-dimensional objects that you can pick up and hold that have been used in installations all over.
It was really cool. I had never even imagined anything like that, so that's a perfect example of how our collaboration really comes together, and us working together can lead to this new level that neither one of us really imagined.
The way that we approach different mediums all has a very common thread. We're legitimately interested in everything, and we do want to try things, and I think people appreciate that, and it's ultimately created our business.